Back when I first started approaching girls at 19, 20, I would get into pretty consistent interactions, 2 to 3 minutes long, that would go well. I'd get positive reactions and things would be going, solidly. I would feel like it was going to lead to a date, but usually those numbers would end up flaking on me, or the girl would just straight up end the conversation and say it was nice to meet me. And what I wasn't ever reaching was this point of tension, this point of sexual tension where the girl was very attracted to me. And if you're watching this video and you're in that position too, and you're struggling to get interactions that lead to a real connection with the girl, and you never hit that point of playful banter where you guys are actually flirting back and forth, this video is going to teach you exactly step by step how to do that. So if your conversations feel flat, robotic, or scripted, or you feel like girls don't take you seriously when you actually approach them, or they just never end up being fun in the first place, you're not having a lot of fun in your interactions, make sure you stay to the end of the video and you apply everything that I talk about, because this is going to totally change your life. So I'm going to break down a few techniques in this video that you can use to create more playful banter and just more of a fun interaction with girls that you talk to. But first, I'm going to talk about the mindset that actually gets you there. So the mindset that I want you to apply from now on is the cocky funny mindset. So the cocky funny mindset is really just a mindset where you're coming at the interaction from a place of we are both in on the joke. I think if you Google what flirting actually is, like the definition of it on Google, it is showing interest without serious intentions. And that's the most important thing to remember about this. Flirting with a girl, it's emotional, it's not logical, and it's all about making her feel something. And you have to be, by extension, feeling that thing too, because women will always feel how you feel. I talk about it all the time on this channel. So there are a few ways that you can inject this kind of cocky funny mindset, this cocky funny attitude into your interactions. The first one that I don't see a lot of guys doing, but it is really fun to do personally for me, and it pushes my buttons a lot, is not just teasing her, but talking about my life like I'm fake struggling. So a good example of this would be I was talking to a girl at the gym a few weeks ago, and I said something along the lines of like, oh yeah, it's really hard because girls are just following me all over the place. Like I talked to them for a little bit and they just get super obsessed. So I was just making sure you weren't following me. Saying stuff like that as if you are used to girls being really into you and giving you tons of attention, but doing it from a sarcastic and kind of playful way is really fucking powerful. Because on one hand, you're talking about how, oh man, life sucks because I'm getting so much attention from women and it's so awful. But then also bragging at the same time. It's like a kind of humble brag, but it's self-aware. If you can try injecting that into your interactions, it will help you a lot, because not only are you doing something that's funny and it's kind of fun to do, but you are also putting yourself in a state where you're actually saying words about how you are the shit without coming off try hard, which makes it so fucking powerful, especially if you're a guy that just approached you on the street and then you're just talking about how, God, yeah, I know, like, I just get so much attention from girls. Girls are just so attracted to me, and it's honestly, it's getting a little frustrating. It's kind of frustrating. I'm like, fuck, how do I know if someone's just trying to use me for my good looks? How do I know that? I don't, And you can have that kind of attitude, and it makes it really fun. I'm even relaxing and smiling while I'm filming this video, just doing that, because I think it's so fucking fun. The next technique you can use is something that's in almost every dating video. It's playfully teasing her. But the key with playfully teasing is not just giving her shit about something randomly, but picking and choosing where to give her shit based on your own values. So if she says she hates sushi, I talk about sushi a lot on the channel, I don't know why, but she says she hates sushi and you like sushi, you can say, listen, you're cute, but we're gonna have to solve this because I love sushi. So can you do like fried rice or something? Can you do something? Because like if we're going on dates and you can't get sushi and we're never able to go places that have sushi, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. And just by saying that, I'm being polarizing by saying something very ridiculous and over the top, but I'm also playfully teasing her like, hey, this won't work out if we can't come to a conclusion here. If we can't figure out something that works for both of us, a compromise, this is not going to work out. And it shows that I don't have fear of loss and I'm okay with walking away. The next technique is role-playing future success with the girl. So this kind of goes along with the cocky, funny attitude. What a lot of guys will say is like, oh, when we get married, when we go on our date, we're going to have to do X, Y, and Z. Instead of just saying that, make it more playful and fun, and also don't assume all the way to the end. So saying something like, before we get married, we're going to have to work this out because, listen, my wife, I need her to be on board with getting Asian food at least once a month or else I'm going to go crazy, right? I don't know why I'm on this Asian food kick, but that's a really good example of how to inject a playful, like successful role play with the girl by saying, before we get married, we're going to have to insert kind of the constraint that you have. That is a very good way of playfully role playing. Another example of this that I actually had on a date that I went on a couple years ago was the girl was very short and we both actually like to cook. So one thing I said was, hey, when we get married, we move in together. We're going to have like different, I don't know how it's going to work. We're going to have like different levels of like countertops. Cause like I'm not trying to bend over and like have these low ass countertops and like break my back trying to cook dinner. But you know, if you want to do it too, then we're going to have some different elevated surfaces in the house. That is a very good way to put it in her mind that things are going to go well between you and her. The next technique is what I call the low-key challenge. What a lot of guys will do is they'll try to challenge the girl in a very try-hard way. So the girl says, oh, I make the best tacos. And the guy's like, oh, really? Well, then you should prove it to me. Well, I'm the president of the United States. How are you going to prove me wrong? And they try to come off like, I don't know, like super, they try to do the cocky thing, but it's too try hard. It's way better to do a low-key challenge that puts her in the frame of she's trying to prove herself to you. So an example of that would be, wow, it seems like you have something to prove then. Or, wow, you're going to have to prove that to me then. When I deliver it like that, and I have good delivery, but I also am able to not do it in a super try-hard and like structured, robotic way, it makes it so much easier for her to open up and take it as a joke, because ultimately that is what it is. This is how you get into playful banter and you get her playing along because she's also in on the joke. The main mindset, and I don't know if you picked up on it at the start of the video, is you are both in on it. Flirting and teasing her and being cocky and funny. It's not something you're doing to her to get a reaction. It's something you're doing together and you guys are playing off of each other. It's a back and forth. It's a collaborative effort. When I flirt with a girl, it's us flirting with each other. I'm not flirting with her. You understand? It's very important to have this mindset going in, because if you don't have the mindset of like she wants to flirt back because she actually wants that, then you're going to come off super try hard and like you're trying to force something to happen. You're going to come off like you have an agenda, which is very unattractive. And honestly, it makes girls uncomfortable a lot of the time. Now, the next technique is more about facial expressions and delivery. Notice the difference between, oh, you're going to have to prove that then, and wow, it sounds like you have something to prove. One is way more laid back and relaxed. You need to be able to relax when you deliver these lines. If you can have a nonchalant, relaxed, and laid back vibe, then this will really fucking help you. Obviously, when you're doing this, you need to be able to gauge the girl's reaction. So I want to give you a quick little guide to understand, are you going too far? Are you being too polarizing? Are you being too much of a dick when you're doing this? Because when you aren't used to being cocky, it will come off try hard sometimes. And you need to be able to gauge the reaction and also tell you how to react if you do go too far. So what you want to look for is how much compliance or how much is she playing into the flirting that I'm doing. So if I'm flirting with her and she's coming back with the same joke, right? And she's flirting with me back and she's maybe even giving me shit or challenging me, right? Then that is actually good, right? Especially if she's smiling and laughing. But if she's just coming back and forth with it and we're kind of flirting with each other back and forth, that's a very good sign, right? But if she shuts down and seems more emotionally closed off, that is a sign that you do need to socially calibrate a little bit. And this is how you do it. If you can tell that you offended her or you pissed her off, all you have to do is say, sorry, I can be an asshole sometimes. I'm just trying to have fun. And when you say it like that, not in a way where you're like, oh, I'm sorry if I offended you. I'm just trying to have fun. But yeah, I'm just trying to have fun. That's my bad. Anyway, yeah, what were you saying you do for work? And you move on very quickly. It makes it a lot easier to kill the bad vibes that are happening in the interaction and just make it more fun. So she knows, hey, I'm just flirting. My bad. Totally didn't mean to. And then move on very quickly. Don't worry about getting her to say it's okay. Don't worry about her reaction or trying to control how she thinks of you. She already has her opinion, and that's okay. You can just move on. So listen, man, once you add sarcasm and a bit more cocky, funny attitude into your interactions, I promise you, it might feel a little try hard at first. It might feel a little weird, but women will react differently. And this is what's going to take you from 2-minute, 3-minute conversations that go nowhere to something that actually leads to really solid dates, having a bit more of a cocky vibe and assuming a lot more attraction when you're in the interaction and be able to have more fun in the interaction. Because at the end of the day, this is what it's all about. Having fun when you talk to girls, having fun when you connect with people. everywhere in your everyday life. All right. If you want to apply to work with me personally, there's a new application down below in the description. I have multiple levels of offers for different guys in different situations. I have group coaching. I even have a high-end elite mastermind that you can do one-on-one here in Nashville with me, where I'll go out and I'll approach with you and push you to get into interactions and actually take you to the point where you're getting regular dates just in one weekend. And then I offer support on the back end of that. All right, so apply down below in the description. Let me know in the comments what you want to see from me in the future, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.